This is the 450 metre walk down to Freedom Beach. From up the top at the car park, all the way down to the beach. 450 metres. You can grab drinks up at the top. There's a few little cafes up there if you need to get a drink before you head down. This is like a little forest in here. I'm just waiting for the tigers to come out. There's a couple of ways that you can access this beach. From up the top on the road, there's 2 access points, and then further down there's another access, but you need to pay a transfer fee to get down. I believe it's 200 baht. I don't know how they get you down there. Maybe it's, I don't know, I'm going to guess it could be like an ATV down or something. We'll see when we get down here. There may be some sort of way that I can see how they're actually getting down for the 200 baht. I opt to walk. It's only 450 metres. I walk everywhere all the time, so it's no big deal for me. This beach should be pretty nice, seeing as you've got to actually take almost half a kilometre walk to get there, down through the jungle. It'll want to be nice. This is just one of the many beaches on Phuket Island, or Koh Phuket. Oh, tip number 1, be careful walking down here. It can be a little bit slippery. Some sort of smoothed off dirt there. It's a bit slippery. So Phuket, or Patong, is not just Patong Beach. There are lots and lots of beaches. You don't need to just go jump in with the thousands of people at Patong. Obviously, if you're staying in Patong and you just want to go local, then that's your option. But if you're a little bit adventurous, or you have a scooter, motorbike, car, or just use Bolt, or for some instances, depending on where you want to go, you can grab the 100 baht bus, the e-buses. They're regularly going through Patong all the way down to Cape Promtep for just 100 baht. 100 baht down, 100 baht back. Pretty good deal. I can hear the water. I can hear the waves getting closer. Here we go. Track has turned to kind of cement. There's our first tiny little glimpses of Freedom Beach. I think if you've got small kids, or you don't have really good knees, or ankles or whatever, maybe this is not the right way to go down to Freedom Beach. Maybe it's not the right beach to go to, unless you want to pay the 200 transfer fee to get down. I'd probably suggest a different beach. But if you like the adventure, you like a little bit of a hike, about half a kilometre down, half a kilometre back up again as a bit of a hike, then I think you'll like it. Just about to hit sand. Very close now. Oh, there we go. A little preview. I wonder if there's any monkeys around here. Because there are monkeys on the island in different areas around the big Buddha. There's a lot of them. It's up pretty high on one of the mountains. Oh, it's kind of not really nice, the rubbish over there, but anyway. So there's a few different vendors and things happening here. You got 10 baht to have a little shower. Up here looks like there might be some little cafes on the beach. I know up the other end up here there's a little restaurant situated there at the end of the beach up on the rocks. So it's a, as you can see, it's a lifeguarded beach. So the usual swimming between the flags, all that sort of thing, all that good stuff. It's quite nice. What do you think? I think it's pretty nice. It's not like Patong Beach that's you know, so busy you can't even get on the sand in the peak time or the peak part of the day. I guess beaches like this probably are not for everybody, for the walking, etc., to get down. Okay, it looks like, so the what I was saying about the transfer part, I'm wondering, is that them there? There's some stairs up here. Maybe they have you know, some way of getting up and down. Could be with ATVs. There's ATVs up near the car parking area, so that's quite possible. Okay, so a bar and restaurant up this end. It is cranking away there. What have we got? What's it say here? Weather station. Weather station, coconut still, calm, moving. Oh wow, yeah, it looks nice actually. Really nice. Chill area, you can have some fruit juices and smoothies and shakes, whatever you like. There's like this little crab here in the shell. It was just moving along the beach. That's cute. Here we go, we've attracted all the dogs. I'm standing on what might be Phuket's most beautiful hidden gem, Freedom Beach. We're actually only 10 minutes away from the beach, just across the mountain here, where there's literally thousands of people crammed onto that beach. As you can see, without counting, there's probably 100 to maybe 125 people on this beach. As you probably already know, my name's Lee, and this is my 10th time to Thailand. 10th trip since 2010, so over 15 years I've been here 10 times. Pretty amazing beach. Far more secluded, harder to get to than Patong Beach. There's a reason why. There's not many people, and it's only a 300-metre stretch of beach, as you can see. A few dogs here. I don't think they're wild dogs as such. I've seen 4 of them. I think they may be the shop owners. Hello. So I'm finally comparing Phuket's most famous tourist beach with its most beautiful hidden secret. What's fascinating is that I'm actually here in July 2025 when this beach is typically closed or in its off season. Maybe closed as in more so not patrolled, or harder or restricted ways to actually get down here. Freedom Beach is a secluded 300-metre strip of powder soft white sand nestled in a perfect bay. Despite being just minutes from Patong, it feels like you've discovered an untouched island. That's kind of true. It's kind of true. Once you get through the forest, the little jungle coming down here, which is about a 25 to 30 minute walk, and then you go bang onto this beach. It does kind of feel like you're on a secluded island. When Patong itself, sorry, not Patong, but Phuket itself is actually Thailand's largest island, Koh Phuket. So as you probably realise, this video is a comparison of Patong Beach, the main beach of Phuket, and Freedom Beach, a secluded 300 metre long beach just on the southern side of Patong. I wouldn't say it's exactly pristine. There's a bit of junk around, unfortunately, a bit of plastic bottles and things that have been washing up. Maybe washing up from out at sea that's been chucked over off boats or from other islands. It's a bit sad to see sometimes. I thought we would have been better than that by now. Obviously it's hard to educate everybody on the planet about the dangers of chucking your rubbish in the ocean. So what makes this comparison fascinating is that these beaches are incredibly close geographically. We're literally over the mountain from Patong to Freedom Beach. So close yet so different. But they couldn't be more different, as I just said. They couldn't be more different in terms of experience. Patong is one of 46 beaches on Phuket, just in case you didn't know. It's just a fun fact. 46 beaches in total on the whole island. But Freedom Beach consistently ranks among the most beautiful of all of them. I haven't been to all of them, so I can't really say whether this is more beautiful than some of the other ones that I've been down near Cape Promtep and Rawai, which is right down on the southern end of Phuket. Having been to Thailand 10 times and Phuket at least 6 times, I've visited Patong Beach so many times over those 10 trips, but this is my first time at Freedom Beach, and I'm kind of wondering why I actually waited so long. Maybe it's to do with the actual getting down here, which is not a real drama to do, like you know, a 450, 500 metre walk, but I don't know, maybe it was just, the timing just wasn't right, and this time it is. Oh, look out. Don't know if the tide's, I think the tide's going. Actually, the tide might be coming in. Not sure. No, actually it looks like it's going out. That's random, I know. It's just I nearly got wet. Getting to Freedom Beach is part of the adventure, which I'd say it is. The road up the top there is hella bumpy, hella potholed, massive rain erosion. So be careful if you're coming on a motorbike, be really careful coming in on the top road up there. So there's 2 main options to getting here. So people will often catch a Longtail boat from around at Patong, which obviously offers a scenic approach to getting into the beach, coming in by water. Pretty special kind of way, I guess, to come into the beach. Or the second option is what I did, and it's kind of a challenging 25-30 minute walk down the mountain. Now, the getting down is probably the easy bit. I think the getting up, it's pretty steep in parts. So I think the getting back up there is going to be maybe the challenge for a lot of people, really. So up the top, as I was saying, there's a small dirt road and it passes above the beach. So high up above the beach, the top of the mountain there. Now there's gates in and out of the road, and sometimes the access can be unpredictable. It depends on the timings, time of the year, but I mean, if you just get to a gate and it's closed, I guess maybe you'll have to park there and then walk from that point onwards. So there's one of the other access points there. This one is a step access, and it goes up to a point where you'll pay, or where you may have already paid your 200 baht round trip transfer fee. So it's partly a car that'll get you from the top down to a certain point, and then you walk that little bit to get onto the beach itself. So as I've already said, it's kind of an important detail, I guess, for the beach. If you don't want to pay, typically you're not paying to come. If you're going to do the 25-30 minute walk, you're typically not paying. I do believe, however, though, in the peak season, there is a fee to actually come down here. And it seems that the fees are anywhere from about 10 baht through to the 200 baht. But the 200 baht is the actual transfer fee, which is the round trip. It's not 200 each way, it's 200 down and then 200 back. Some of the access points will give you a complimentary bottle of water for your little journey down and maybe back up again as a part of your entrance fee onto the beach. As I've already mentioned, it is lifeguarded. At least today it is. Obviously the high season it will be. Maybe they're completely off season. I would say it's not. So I have mentioned that Freedom Beach is officially only open during high season, which is basically between December and June, and it's now July of 2025. But I think they may have done some revisions or alterations or something to these the high and low seasons. I'm not sure officially of what's going on there, but that could be the case because it's July. It's actually almost August, and the beach is open. Freedom Beach, it might be relatively short at only 300 metres. When the tide's actually out, I believe the tide was at full, it's on its way out now. It's quite a wide beach actually, which gives visitors plenty of space to spread out. Not that I can see it from the beach level, but as you're coming down through the mountain up there, what immediately strikes you is the incredible clarity of the turquoise blue water. It's perfect for swimming and even underwater filming. Something I won't be doing. Actually, don't. No, I'm not going to walk up there, that's wet. I actually don't go swimming much or at all, really. If you watched any of my other videos, I'll probably mention things like shark phobia. Even if there's no sharks, even if that was netted off, I don't think I'd go in there, to be honest. So you can see all these rocks are actually granite. All along here, this is all granite rocked. It's nestled in a superb bay, dotted with granite rocks and surrounded by lush hills. This natural amphitheatre creates a picturesque setting that's absolutely ideal for photography and filming. And that's absolutely evident. So in terms of facilities down here at Freedom Beach, features a bar at the bottom of the left side, so that is straight ahead there. And you come down onto the beach, turn left, and that's the bar up there. The right side offers access to a smaller adjoining beach if you're looking for even more seclusion. So just over these rocks in front of that little, I don't know actually if it's a little like cafe, I think it is. I haven't walked over there only because I'm still just standing on the beach checking out this Freedom Beach itself. But I think that is a little cafe. Looking at it, I can see tables and chairs and umbrellas and things over there. The water here is remarkably clear and calm. Perfect for swimming. Unlike Patong, there are very few boats zooming past, or actually none. It's not like you're really going to come in here and just zoom past or zoom into here and then back out again. It's just so much more peaceful. The atmosphere, it's completely tranquil. Coming down through a natural hillside jungle, it just gives it that whole different feel to the place. Considering, you know, if you're going to walk it, you're doing a 25 to 30 minute walk. You've done a bit of a hike to get down here. You've gone through some beautiful nature and witnessed what appears to be a little jungle. It's pretty special. And really, another good thing is there's no one here pestering you. There's no vendors, no one coming along trying to sell you something you probably don't want. As I said, there's a bar at one end and a little cafe up the other end. If you want to buy some food or a drink or whatever, then it's that's up to you, and you can go and do it at your own pace. Really is just pure relaxation here. So it's 6 p.m. here on Freedom Beach, and they've just pulled the flags in. So that to me would indicate that 6 p.m. is the end time for lifeguard duties. So now it's up to you if you want to go in and swim at your own risk. But I mean, for the most part, around the world, most of us do. I guess it's just on patrol beaches where they got the flags. You're supposed to swim in between the flags, yeah. So it's definitely a nice beach. Really, really nice. I would say the high season it's going to be very busy, but you know, the high season, if you're in Patong and you're on Patong Beach, that beach is absolutely mental. That is so busy that getting away to something like this would be the place I'd be going. If you want, you know, something a little less crowded. And just remember sunscreen. It's a big thing. I see so many people, there's a few right just beside me, behind me, just somewhere there. They've had some like shirts on with, you know, like sleeves or singlets or something, and man, they are so red. They are like red paint in the parts that were exposed to the sun. So it's like someone just painted red paint on them. Doesn't end up well.
Freedom Beach. เขาพาไปที่ที่พี่จะเจอความสุขเส้นทางแสนจะไกลพวกเราเดินทางกันจนหอบแล้วไปเจอทะเลสีครามสายขาวบนเกาะภูเก็ต They took me to a place where I could find my happiness. The journey's long and far, so far we walk until we drop. Then we found the bluest ocean, white sand on the island of Phuket.ไว้ในใจว่าครั้งหนึ่งเคยเจอที่นี่ได้ยินแค่เสียงคลื่นซัดเข้ามาพวกเราเดินทางกันจน
What would you rate Freedom Beach out of 10? So personally, I mean, I've been to a lot of beaches. I think it's spoilt by the bottles and the plastic and the rubbish that's come in. I guess the beach itself can't really help that. That's coming in from the ocean and what's being dumped around. It's a bit of a shame. The beach itself is quite nice. It's got a couple of good little amenities. It's a little bit of a hike to get in here. Obviously it's in a bay here, which is quite nice as well. Sort of, yeah, I mean there's waves and things going on, but it's not like, you know, like crazy surfing waves. I don't know, I'd give it about, you know, just based off some of the beaches I've been to, I'd probably give it about a, maybe a 7 out of 10. You know, there's some good parts about it and some not so good parts. We're over here for a little meeting. They're having a join-up meeting. 4 of them. There is a 5th one somewhere. Hey, buddies. Alrighty, goodbye, Freedom Beach.
Freedom Beach. Freedom Beach.
Oh, I tell you,
Freedom Beach.
this 32-degree heat and the humidity way up there, it takes it out of you. So be prepared for that. Have some water or take the paid option to get down and back up again. Just 50 meters to go to get to the top. Wow, listen to the frogs. So this is the road that I've been mentioning. Not too bad right here where these little stores are in the parking area, but in other parts it's pretty hectic, pretty full on. Be careful if you're on your motorbike. From Freedom Beach to Patong. Now let's compare Freedom Beach to Patong Beach. Not much of a comparison, yeah? You probably can't see because I'm not in the thick of it, but right down here is literally about 3,000 or 4,000 people. Mental. So comparing Freedom Beach to Patong Beach, which is Phuket's most famous and most visited beach, it's a major contributor to the island's tourism economy that attracts 14 million visitors a year. Oh, it's a lot of people in 1 year.
ฉันชอบอยู่ที่ป่าตองก็บอกที่นี่ดีที่สุดสาวๆก็สวยที่สุดแอลกอฮอล์ก็ดีที่สุดปะทองบีชปะทองบีชปะทองบีชปะทองบีชปะทองบีชปะทองบีชปะทองภูเก็ตค็อกเทลที่สนุกเป็ดมีเงินอยู่ที่ตุและสาวอยากได้มากที่สุดหาดทรายและท้องฟ้ามันช่างสวยงามที่สุดทำให้ฉันรู้สึกส
whilst it is almost the end of the day, a lot of the vendors will start packing up. Their parasailing and jet ski operations are starting to wind down. Typically, beach chairs and umbrellas cover much of the sand, typically costing around 200 baht to rent for the day. Unlike Freedom Beach's entrance fee, this money goes to private operators rather than beach maintenance. So if you do pay at Freedom Beach for certain aspects of getting onto the beach, that is money that goes to the maintenance of the beach. Hopefully a little bit more than what I've seen today, but that is typically what happens. So the water here at Patong is still beautiful by global standards, but it doesn't have that crystal clarity you'd find at Freedom Beach. And that's pretty evident. You can see what's going on here. You've got jet skis, you've got cars on the beach, you've got motorbikes, you've got, you name it, it's pretty much on this beach. So with the constant activity, the jet skis, the parasailing, the banana boats, they're creating both noise and some safety concerns for swimmers. So I can only imagine how many accidents there might be here and here. I know it sounds doom and gloom, but we are doing an actual comparison of two different beaches that are two completely different types of swimming. The entire beachfront is filled with restaurants, bars, massage places and shops. This means you're never far from amenities, but it also creates a very commercial atmosphere that's the complete opposite of Freedom Beach's natural setting. Understandably, you are at the hub of Phuket and Patong, being Patong Beach. The beachfront drive along here is full of cafes, restaurants, bars, shops, hotels and all that sort of stuff. So before I give you my final verdict on both the beaches, there are some important things to know about visiting any beach in Phuket. These are just general tips and tricks, or tips and laws, kind of, I guess. Smoking is banned on most public beaches in Phuket with fines of up to 100,000 baht. So if you want to risk it, by all means, you're risking about 3,000 US dollars. You might or might not get caught. I don't see particularly anyone smoking. I can't say that I really have seen too many people smoking ever on these beaches. Proper waste disposal is strictly enforced with special emphasis on avoiding polystyrene and other toxic waste. Respect the Thai culture. Topless sunbathing frowned upon. I would say that's a definite no-no on this beach. This is a family-friendly beach. Loads of families, lots of kids, lots of action. I don't think too many people would even be coming here to do topless bathing, but it is something that's that is mentioned. Always carry ID with you. Thai law requires everyone to have identification at all times. So as I said, these are just little tips and different things that I've done a little bit of checking on, you know, researching and checking about. So as a vlogger, I'm also careful about filming permissions. So I don't like to go into places like, particularly say an airport. I don't really want to go and film in the airport. It's also illegal to film around the immigration area where there's customs and immigration officers and police and whatnot. But other areas as well as going into people's shops and directly filming the shop owners or the store attendants. So for small scale personal vlogging like this, the rules are less strict than commercial productions, but I always ask permission before filming other people if I want to do something up close. You're obviously not going to ask everybody here on this beach, can you be in this video? You're going to look like a little ant anyway. If you wanted to specifically film some people and have a chat to them, obviously you're going to get their permission. You're going to well and truly know you can or you can't do it. So by respecting these few rules, we help preserve these beautiful beaches for future visitors and maintain good relationships with the local community. Some typical price comparisons between the two beaches. So let's talk about the cost between the two experiences. Freedom Beach, a Longtail boat, is about 1,000 to 1,500 baht round trip between Patong and Freedom Beach. The entrance fee is 100 to 200 baht, and sometimes it's even less depending on the time of the year and what's happening, what's going on around there at Freedom Beach. Drinks and food, well, there's limited options at the small bar, and the pricing actually is not crazy. I mean, it's obviously inflated. You're at a secluded beach. Prices are going to be somewhat differently priced than around here at the mainstream beach. So a total visit for a day, if you're going to go on a boat, would be 1,500 to 2,000 bahts. But really, it can cost you nothing. It cost me zero today, except for 2 bottles of water. Patong Beach, on the other hand, so transportation easily accessible by tuxi. They're the new tuk-tuks in Thailand, a tuxi. Taxi and a tuk-tuk from most areas. 200 to 400 baht. You could get it much, much cheaper. Use Bolt. Check on your Bolt app. Obviously the entrance to this beach is free. It's a huge beach, 3 kilometres. There's no entry points or exit points where you need to pay. Beach chair rental is around about 200 baht. Food and drinks, well, endless options. Pricing will be endless from different parts of the beach that you're going to go to. There's cafes and coffee shops, McDonald's in the central area of the beach entrance. Activities, well, those prices can range from in the low, sort of in the 500 baht, right through to anywhere that you really want. 1,000 plus baht typically for jet skis, parasailing, etc. So a total day visit here could be between 500 and 2,500 baht, depending on your activities. If you do nothing but drink water, then it might only cost you like 40 baht or 100 baht maximum. So realistically, Freedom Beach actually isn't much more expensive than a full day at Patong if you're doing activities, but the experiences are completely different. As you've seen from when I was at Freedom Beach, it's completely different. If you're coming to Phuket, plan to stay in Patong, your main beach will be Patong Beach. But I suggest getting out, getting a motorbike or getting a Bolt driver or getting something and just going and checking some of those more secluded beaches. So after experiencing both beaches, here's my honest recommendations. If you're visiting Phuket for the first time, you should actually experience both beaches. They're actually very close, so I'd suggest doing both. There are other beaches in areas close by as well that you might want to visit. If you've got some form of transport, you might have hired a scooter, a motorbike, or even a car. Spend a day at Patong. It's iconic, convenient, and part of the full Phuket experience. The energy is undeniable and the people watching is world class. Maybe not so much now when it's almost dark, but if I was down there where all those people are, there's literally still at 7 p.m, thousands of people. I'm not going to go down there, walk down there and film because there's so many people. People start looking at you. I'm the actual only person in the whole area here vlogging, so that's not going to happen. But you get a bit of an idea of, from what you can see in this video, there's thousands of people down there. But make sure that you also take the time to visit Freedom Beach or one of Phuket's other hidden gems. The contrast will give you a much more complete picture of what this island has to offer. If you're visiting during July to November, like I am, be aware that Freedom Beach might be officially closed, but as you can see, access is still possible. Just check locally when you arrive. Personally, if I had to choose just one, I'd pick Freedom Beach. Every time, to be honest. If you're just wanting a quick dip or a quick little walk along the beach, obviously you're not going to go to Freedom Beach. You're not going to go there in the night time. Patong Beach is open 24/7. You can walk the beach 3 kilometres from one end to the other and back again. Get yourself up some steps and do it all for free, and probably within a 5-minute walk from your hotel. So realistically, the extra bit of effort to get out to Freedom Beach filters out the crowd, and the natural beauty is simply unmatched anywhere else on the island. Have you visited either of these beaches? Let me know your experience in the comments below. If you're planning a trip to Phuket, well, obviously you're going to be visiting Patong Beach. You're probably going to stay in Patong, but do jump on over to Freedom Beach, just up and over the hill. It's not that far, it's about 5 to 10 minutes on a motorbike. Not too far at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little teaser and comparison of Freedom Beach and Patong Beach. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you liked it. A little bit of a comparison, something different, secluded beach and crazy main Patong Beach. But if you are staying at Phuket, I would jump up over the hill there. That's literally the hill right there. I'll show you right there in front. That is the hill. So you'll see the road about there in the center of screen. That's the road to go up and over along the top a little bit and get to your entry points to Freedom Beach. Well, it's been a good day. 7 p.m, sun's set officially, and it's time to grab some dinner somewhere around here, maybe back at my favourite. Anyway, that's all for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.
Freedom Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Freedom Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. ปัดโทษเบื่อชีวิตที่มันมาทำงานแบบนี้ Wake up early, stay up late ก็บอกว่าฉันได้เป็นอะไรก็ได้ As long as I get good grades ก็เลยต้องตื่นขึ้นมาเพื่อเรียนเพื่อสอบไปทำงานเก็บเงินมาแต่ก็เป็นกำหวังว่าฉันจะสบายใน10 ปี 10 years later I'm still not free, still stuck in traffic, still at the office. Oh God, is it? I thought I wanted to be a success. Oh, my life is such a mess. มันคงจะดีถ้าหากว่าเป็นสื่อนอนกิน And my dream, if I could I would live in Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Freedom Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Patong Beach, Phuket. บรรยากาศที่อบอุ่นแบบนี้ยังไม่อยากไปไหนไม่อยากไปไหน ฝนที่ตกตรงฟากฟ้าความเหงาที่มันผ่านตาพวกเราจะทนไม่ไหวความรักที่มีให้ไป
เหมือนเดิมก็พออยู่ได้ต้องไปให้ถึงให้ไกลขี่จักรยานไปที่หาดอากาศมันก็หนาวเกินรู้สึกไม่ปลอดภัยเราคงต้องไปให้ไกลไปกันเถอะ Freedom Beachไปกันเถอะ Freedom Beach We can meet on Freedom Beach We can meet on Freedom Beach Green light oh, oh We can meet on Freedom Beach
The rain coming down from the sky The loneliness passing by We couldn't stand it anymore
ไปทะเลดีกว่าไหมเอาให้ใกล้ห่างจากเขาให้เราได้มีแค่2 คน
We could just go for a ride With you right by my side
Let's get away tonight ไปหาให้ไกลเกินกว่าไปกันเถอะ Freedom Beach We can meet on Freedom Beach We can meet on Freedom Beach We can meet on We can meet on Freedom Beach ใต้ฟ้าความเหงาที่มันผ่านตาพวกเราจะทนไม่ไหวความรักที่มีให้ไป